Hey, this is Dr. Priyanka Venugopal, and you're listening to the Unstoppable Mom Brain podcast, Mini-sode, Goal Setting and Magic Action Decisions. Today's Mini-sode is a little bit of an exploration around two pieces of a framework that I find missing from most high-achieving type A professional moms' weight loss strategies. You might have a really big goal of wanting to lose 10 pounds or 50 pounds, and that's a dream vision that you have for your body and where you want to get to. But most of us have not learned how to properly take that big goal and turn it into small micro goals that fit into your real life. We plug in the big goal, we divide it by the number of weeks we want to be losing weight, and we think we should be losing weight linearly. So it's essential that we understand the role of proper goal setting, taking that big goal and actually breaking it down into micro goals that fit into your real life. And then the second thing we're talking about on today's mini-sode, which I just love this topic so much, is what I call magic action decisions. What I have heard from talking with so many professional moms, and this is my life too, we can experience a lot of decision fatigue. We're making millions of decisions a day as professional working moms in the workplace and at home. And sometimes it feels like when we haven't planned properly for weight loss, we end up winging our weight loss goals. Our weight loss results become extremely inconsistent. I hear time and time again, it just feels like my head is on fire because I have so many decisions. And when we haven't properly crafted decisions in advance, it makes a lot of sense that our most primitive brain is going to say, let's just put that off until tomorrow. You're here because you want to solve this problem. And in my experience, having these two pieces as a part of your weight loss strategy is essential. Proper goal setting and magic action decisions that are frameworks to fit into your real life. Let's get into today's mini-sode. I was recently talking with one of my clients around why she ever gained the weight back. We were having a whole discussion around how so many of us, I think maybe you can feel the same way, that we've lost the weight successfully many times. However, we have also gained the weight back. And we were doing a little bit of a deep dive to figure out what were the common trends in all the times that we gained the weight back. And she uncovered that whenever she would leave her routine, her day-to-day routine that had the familiarity of her home, her kitchen, her meals, that would be when she noticed she would come back from a trip, a vacation, maybe a major life event where she didn't have her routine with her, that she would undo so many of her weight loss successes. So here's what I asked her. I asked her two questions. Number one, when she went on a travel, when she had a trip, when she had a major life event, did she actually have an intentional goal for her body during that time? And the second question I asked her was, did she have decisions made in advance? I was not surprised that her answer was sheepishly no. She knew she had a weight loss goal of losing 20 pounds. However, she hadn't actually accounted for creating and turning that 20-pound weight loss goal into small, it's done goals that actually fit into her real life. She thought that she just needed to take the 20 pounds, divide it up equally into the number of weeks or months that she wanted to lose it in, and that just like a linear graph, she should be losing the weight that she wanted to lose. However, that's not actually realistic, and it doesn't take our real life scenarios, circumstances, travel into account. The other thing that we talked about was when she left her routine, when she left her usual day-to-day at her home, when she was traveling on a business trip or for vacation, or when she had a major life event that took her out of her routine, how did she make decisions in advance to support her? And she, again, sheepishly said, I didn't exactly think about it. The reality is, for you to lose the weight you want in the most consistent way is going to require you to stop winging your weight loss goals. That means having a framework in place where you know how to take your bigger goal, your dream body goal, and breaking it down into smaller, it's done goals that fit into your life. And most importantly, at the same time, creating decisions in advance that will support you there. I call these magic action decisions. I teach this. This is in module 2 of the Unstoppable curriculum. It's something that I do a deep dive with in our strategy workshop, which kicks off the Unstoppable group, where we make magic action decisions together. I want you to think about magic action decisions as decisions you make now to support you in living your real life as a professional working mom. These decisions end up becoming like a roadmap between where you are right now to hitting your dream ideal weight. Here's what magic action decisions are not. Magic action decisions are not the exact menu of the food that you're going to eat for the next 7 days. That's a really myopic way of thinking about magic action decisions. Of course, if you want to get really detailed with the foods you're going to eat and when you're going to eat, amazing. However, magic action decisions are actually a more zoomed out approach around your values. What magic action decisions are really centering around are when you think about your dream goal, and I mean your body goal, the weight that you actually want to lose, while also thinking about the experience that you want to be having 6 months from now. Magic action decisions are a roadmap that reverse engineers how you get there. So if you think about the 20-pound weight loss goal, there's probably 10 different ways of getting there, most of which are filled with deprivation, restriction, a lot of overscheduling and overworking, which doesn't last in the long run. But if you're thinking about setting a proper goal, I call these it's done goals, we want to take into account not just the weight you want to lose, but how you actually want to feel when you hit that goal. If you had to fight your way to lose 20 pounds, you had to muscle your way there, yeah, you'll reach it, but I promise you it's not going to last. So what I teach my clients how to do in the Unstoppable group is to create your it's done goal, which is the weight that you want to lose. And also we want to attach how you want to feel hitting that goal. When you have that as your beacon, think of it like a lighthouse that's going to guide your framework, your roadmap to getting there. We now get to reverse engineer what are the decisions that you're going to make right now in advance that will guarantee you hitting that goal and the experience that you want to have. An example of a magic action decision that doesn't require you to know every single meal or restaurant that you're visiting on a trip, or exactly how you're going to eat when you are faced with a life obstacle and maybe you don't have the groceries in the fridge and you need to make a change. One magic action decision that I help guide my clients to is deciding your yummy hunger level. This is a decision that you just make once at the very start of our work together. You check in with your gut, which is a natural calculator to guide you in terms of how and when you should be eating, to decide, I wonder what would feel so good for my body. How hungry do I want my body to get to before I actually eat? And when we are really mindful in this decision, when we pay attention to how our gut is feeling, how we feel before, during, and after we eat, the energy that we end up having before, during, and after we eat, how we feel mentally and physically in this decision, we will be guided into a decision. What's good for you is going to be different than me. So we have to customize this to really fit your life and what's valuable to you. When you decide, this is how hungry I want to feel before I eat. Here's why I want to get to this level of hunger. This is what feels so good for my gut. This is what feels so good for my body. This is what is amazing for my weight loss wins. This is what feels really great for my energy and how I feel tomorrow. We really go through a filter of loving the decision that you have made. And then here's the beauty of making magic action decisions like this. When you've made a decision, you free yourself from decision fatigue tomorrow. You're never going to feel confused around, am I supposed to eat right now? Should I eat right now? It's lunchtime, it's dinner time, everybody else is eating. What if I shouldn't eat now? Ultimately speaking, there does take some initial time and effort at the start to make magic action decisions. We don't make them willy-nilly. We want to really sit down and gather information, look at your real life, customize these decisions to fit you and what your actual professional working mom life looks like. I really guide my clients on making the best decision with the information you have. And then what we do together is, now that you've made your decision, you've made your magic action decisions, the work is going out, putting it into real life practice and making it the best decision for you, knowing that you always have an opportunity to make a change to any of those decisions when you decide to. The other reason that magic action decisions are necessary for you to lose the weight you want to this year and to hit really any growth goal is you're better able to cleanly evaluate what's working and what's not working. So I teach my clients a very clear framework for how to evaluate results on a routine basis. I have them share it with me in our written community every single week, where I give them feedback on their actual results. And one of the questions that I ask is, did you make magic action decisions that you felt committed to? When we aren't hitting our goals in a very consistent way, when we're not losing the weight we want to be losing consistently, we get to look at our magic action decisions. There are 3 reasons that I have found that doing these routine audits around magic action decisions can be a game changer in how you lose weight. Number 1, you will uncover, if you're not hitting the goals you want to be hitting, that you probably didn't make decisions in advance. You didn't have a very specific and clear plan in place. You didn't make decisions in advance. So very, very, very normally, your primitive brain will have very convenient, convincing, and compelling stories to drive you to not take action. This is not you being weak or you being lazy. This is you having a normal brain which doesn't want to expend any effort or energy. But you and I are here because we want to hit this goal. We have a dream goal and it deserves your attention. So reason number 1 is you just didn't have the plan in place to support the life experience that you were in, whether it was travel or just a busy time of your life. The second reason is you might have made decisions, you might have had a plan in place, but you didn't feel committed to them. This is a step that most high achievers are completely skipping because you didn't know that it was a thing. You thought you just make a plan and so that should be enough. I know I used to do this all the time. this is not enough. It's one of the reasons that I teach my clients something called the daily belief plan, where you curate commitment to your magic action decisions on purpose. This takes 5 to 10 minutes per day, and it is a game changer in how you show up in executing this plan that's going to get you to your dream desired result. Losing the weight that you want to lose this year is not just a possibility, it is truly guaranteed for you when you have the right tools, framework, and mindset coaching to create a process that's going to be a roadmap to your success. What I have seen is most clients are not properly crafting their goal. They have this big goal that they want to reach, but they haven't crafted their experience around how they want to hit that goal. Their experience when they reach that goal weight, do they want to feel like they've been in a fight, or do they want to feel truly satisfied and taken care of? That's step one, proper goal setting. The second piece is making magic action decisions in advance that take your real life into account, where you don't need to know every restaurant or every menu of where you're going for dinner that day, but in fact, you can make zoomed out magic action decisions that are a framework that you can have in your back pocket all the time. And third is curating commitment to the decisions that you made. Most of the time, we are not actually making decisions in advance. We're kind of winging our weight loss goal. We're trying to stick it in the middle of our life. We're trying to fit it in where we can. And that's just ultimately not going to create lasting results. If you're here, it's because you want to solve this problem once and for all. You want to get off the roller coaster. You want to be done. And to do that, it's going to require that you challenge some of your old ways, that you decide that you're done winging it, you want to make a plan, but that it doesn't have to be so hard. Making magic action decisions once is something you can have on repeat. You don't have to be in decision fatigue every single day. And then truly having a small daily ritual where you're giving your delayed reward significance. This is something I teach my clients how to do. Every single step that I talked about today is what I teach my clients how to do step by step in the Unstoppable group. It's really normal to feel so excited when you learn information like what I'm sharing here, but I also want to encourage you to give yourself permission to have support. You could try to go this alone and create goals and create fat burning action plans and make magic action decisions, but in my experience, just knowing this information is not ever the real reason that you hit or don't hit your goal. Really getting into you implementing the information that you do have and having a coach guide you when you have messy implementation, when you have a momentary fail, to show you how to evaluate cleanly and objectively is the piece that changes the game and collapses the timeline with you hitting your goal. And if you know that you want this, I really encourage you to consider joining the Unstoppable group, which is currently open for enrollment. Head over to theunstoppablemombrain.com/connect and book your enrollment call. On this call, we'll talk about you, your unique obstacles, and how this framework is going to help you overcome them. One of my favorite things when you join the group and you start getting support at every layer, when you have a coach walking alongside you and you implement these tools and strategies, you will start to develop such a feeling of self-trust. And ultimately, that's what it is that's going to keep the weight off for a lifetime. That you can encounter a life obstacle. Maybe you have a dramatic weekend and you gain a pound, you use food in a way that you didn't intend to, you didn't plan to. And also when you have a deep feeling of trust with yourself, you'll drop the drama from those moments and just be able to get back on track. My mission for professional working moms is to really understand how to unravel some of your perfectionist thinking, see how it is often causing you to stall results on the scale, and handle those moments truly with a step-by-step process that will take you from here to exactly where you want to go on the scale. Enrollment is open for just a few more days, so don't wait to grab your spot. The April cohort is going to be starting in a few weeks, and I want you to get access to the material, the curriculum right now. So head on over to theunstoppablemombrain.com/connect, book your call with me, and let's talk and see if we are best fit to work together. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I cannot wait to see you on an enrollment call. Bye.